All right, let's try this again. Okay, welcome back to your favorite comedy finance channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And before we go any further, don't forget we can go to zero by tonight and it'll be your fault. Okay, not mine. It's not financial advice. Uh, our last stream got cut off a little bit. I started talking about some of the aliens and shit, and I think they rug my live stream or something. But I do want to just give you guys some quick updates. It's still a full send on SD and DIA. I'm going to try to see if this stream goes good. We'll see what happens. You never know. Panama has the worst reception. So, again, the future is going to be led by, 3.0 projects, which are multi-chain functional. Everything is going to be geared towards interoperability. So knowing that, you want to pick 3.0 companies. And what's sad is a lot of people haven't figured out that there's a lot of 1.0 bias out there. Okay. Like 1.0, everyone thinks Bitcoin is the best. Everyone thinks ETH is the best. That's 2.0. And the difference between the numbers between 1.0, 2.0, and 3.0 are programmability. Okay. You could do revenue splits. They're multi-chain interoperable. They're just, you could automate them differently smart contract wise versus older technology. And when you're in the tech industry, technology is obviously going to advance. Okay. So your portfolio needs to advance. Chainlink had an old throne and it was catering to like one ecosystem. It's not enough. Now we have DIA that is multi-chain. It can integrate with any chain out there, any chain. Python Chainlink are the best contenders for the Oracle space, but they don't have the interoperability that DIA has. And DIA is going to clearly explode over this. I think 1 million DIA tokens got staked. So a lot of those people are earning that yield and they're collecting tokens out of the supply. So, try to be patient. Like, I really do feel like these are going to be 150x calls regardless, when we first got into Stater SD, it was like 300 million TVL. Now we're looking at 800 million TVL. And besides that, you had the CEO of I think it's like Plantner, it's a capital firm, and it's one of the major backers of Stater SD. So they were on MSNBC talking about like liquid DeFi protocols, and they were talking about the Bitcoin reserves. And I know a lot of people sit there and they try to put together some idea when the bull cycle is going to end and all this bullshit. But it's like, a lot of you guys that are telling people when to take profit and when the bull cycle's over, like, you haven't been here for one cycle. And, you were just so far away. There's so many different economic factors that are happening. The Bitcoin reserves, clearly the government is going to leverage inflation to pay off massive amounts of the debt deficit by making sure that they have assets and collection like Bitcoin. So that way, as the currency debases, because keep in mind, CPI is only getting hotter. We just started a brand new rate cutting cycle. So clearly CPI is going to run hot. Bond investors, treasury investors, dollar holders are going to sell their dollars and they're going to be buying assets because inflation is going to eat the valuation that they have today. So when CPI supersedes the yield in the bond market, that's when the bond market starts to empty more and more and more. And then investors are going to go into the risk on assets. Now, like I was saying, like there's so many things that are happening right now that are bullish. And now I will say that I do anticipate crashes in oversaturated markets. The stock market is oversaturated, so I think it's going to crash. I think the real estate is going to crash. And the reason why I say this is because, I know a lot of everybody is continuously talking about like the commercial real estate, and it's not residential, it's commercial. Well, you forget that like Airbnb is like a fucking shitstorm right now. And they've been operating under the guise of residential homes, but they're a commercial business. So this is commercial industry infiltrating the residential industry. You see what I'm saying? So you have to look at it the same. It's still commercial. It doesn't matter if it's a home. It doesn't matter if it's a shed. It's still a product or a service that a company is selling. Therefore, it is a commercial property. You see what I'm saying? Now everyone's kind of getting the point that the commercial real estate became the residential real estate because it fucking infiltrated that. So now, you pretty much have a major influx of fucking owners owning all these homes, and they're not going to be able to pay for this shit because the economy is fucking drowning. So if the economy's drowning, then who's going to be fucking taking vacations and doing all this other? There's a lot of things that are about to happen. So I do feel like I feel like there's going to be opportunity out there, but I don't like in all reality, like when inflation does get hot, like yeah, real estate, it could go up in value, but the thing is rates are high. Okay. And the government knows rates are high, and therefore people cannot afford a particular price and home. So when the government is currency manipulating, kind of like when Trump was blaming China for currency manipulation, they're currency manipulating right now. You know, they're going to need to either cut rates small enough to the point where more expensive homes become affordable. Okay. But what happens when rates are just obnoxiously like high already? What happens? Well, they need to find a way to make housing affordable. Now, it's going to either happen by the principle or it's going to happen by the rate that determines affordability. So in this particular case, rates are very high, even with the rate cuts that are coming over the next year. Okay. Because we still got like more than 10 meetings of Fed, like we have more than 10 Fed meetings of rate cuts coming. And, they ended up cutting rates. Last time the CPI report came out, see, here's what's funny. The CPI report came out good because it came out as expected, right? But the CPI is going hotter, so like clearly inflation's coming back. And especially with holidays right now, money velocity is going to kick up. So, money velocity is also going to create more inflation. I anticipate the next CPI report to be a real eye opener. But it's gonna ultimately be what makes more people come into the market because they want to save the value that they have. So I do want to put that out there. Like right now, it's all about hyper concentration, full focus on whatever picks you got. Because it's like we're in a big bull cycle. We have a lot, like all the stars are aligning for a very good bull cycle. So like right now, it's not the time for a call every week. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a time for like high concentration, your surefire picks, high concentrations on those positions. You don't need 15, 20 picks. Okay. You could still make a fuckload of money and you could have 5 picks, 3 picks, you could fucking make a lot of money in 1 pick and it would be fine. So I wouldn't spread yourself too thin, especially right now, because, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be focused on marketing only SD, only DIA. I still market ArcBlock kind of like autopilot, but I want to really push on these 2 projects because they're so sellable. Like, ArcBlock takes educating. You have to educate somebody in order to get them to like that pick. Okay. But DIA and SD are very self-explanatory because, the websites pretty much show you like all the partners, all the backers. TVL is crazy. Like when we first got in 300 million and now it's 800 million and we haven't even broken 100 million market cap. That's a lot of money that's going to happen. I'm talking fucking 100, 150 plus. Okay. These are serious ass fucking picks. So right now I don't want to be fucking jumping around. I want to be fucking making calls every week or, whatever. Okay. Like it's game time. Now it's just like high concentration. We're going to focus on these picks, going to market those picks. And that's all we're going to fucking talk about. That's it. Dragon Chain still very bullish. I think that it's definitely the stars are aligned for that to kick on. Trying to think of anything else I could share with you guys. I think that's pretty much it, to be honest with you. I'm very bullish, MYC token is exploding. ATH on it was 53 million market cap. Now after it crashed from 53 million market cap, it dropped to like 2-3 million market cap. And now we're about to break 10 million market cap. coin market cap. Yeah, CMC will be done. So we'll get that done. I've been marketing that. I'm going to start marketing Ducky. Like Ducky was like, I felt like it was a really fun project, I mean, I lost like 14 grand in it, fucking trying to build it while getting rugged by you motherfuckers, but it is what it is. But it went to like 12 million market cap. Ducky went to 12 million market cap. They rugged it to like 50K market cap. Now we're at 100 million or 100K market cap. So I'm going to try to build that up again. We'll see how it goes. But I'm very excited about MYC. There's multiple liquidity pools that are locked on the system. You have 58.5% burned out of supply forever. Biggest LP is 33 years. And, we have a very strong base of holders, as you guys could see. We have the lowest volume ever, right? And all volume is fake, to be honest with you. You look at volume, it's like 1 million, 3 million, or 100 million. It's fucking fake. All of it's fake, Is there some realities to it? Yeah, but most of it's fucking fake, okay? You could fucking make a billion fucking volume off of a few bots, But ultimately, what really matters is scalability and if people are holding. And we have the lowest volume, yet we still scale. We were just a few days ago 3 million market cap. Now we're about to break 10 million market cap. I want to take it billions in market cap. I think that we have the chance now. Like, we're an American company. We have a real software product. It's a self-sustainable software product. People use it every day. You guys use it 24/7. We have all the juice that we need to be legitimate. I mean, because we're legitimate. And we deserve a place, and keep in mind, if we made it this far, right? And you have the ability to prosper because the software application is there for you to use, then it's already proof of concept that the product works. Okay. You guys are only experiencing the first 2 years of its operation. Well, Facebook looked like shit in 2004. Okay. OddApp, it looks fucking amazing for its first 2 years. And it's only going to get better. I remember when I first launched it, it was like, there was bugs and all sort, like crazy amounts of bugs, like things were lagging, all sorts of stuff. And a lot of people forget, like, I'm a one-man army. I'm the person that's been building that. I have my dev team, and things are going to take time in order for it to be the best it can be. There's a lot of different things I want to add to it. But if you think about it, you take a look at other communication apps, Telegram, Discord, Signal, Discord, they all cater to multiple elements. We're going to cater to only crypto, So at some point, this is going to take hold, and it's going to be a very big acquisition. Like, it's going to be an opportunity for a VC to come in, or, whatever the case, take it to a bigger level. Because I'm just a one-man show right now. You see what I'm saying? So like, because I'm a one-man show and I'm doing octopus work, we could still scale, we could still build. I'm making it better all the time. I do like 1-2 updates a month. But as we go into the future, it's only going to expand. The app will become better, So I try to get people to understand the full picture of where something is going. Look at ArcBlock. It took them 6 years to be recognized, right? And I don't think it's going to take us that long to be recognized at all. I really don't. But besides that, guys, look, my main focus, like I was saying, is Stater SD. And don't forget, Stater SD just did a big buyback. I think they bought, like $63,000 worth of SD out of the market. They just did a buyback. And not to mention that people are generating a yield from SD and also generating a yield from DIA. So a lot of those harvesters are going to be harvesting a lot more tokens as they stake. They're getting 14 to 18% APY. So, all that accumulation is going to come out of the supply. So, these coins are going to be fucking exploding really hard due to scarcity. So I can't wait for that. I'm really anticipating us to break at least $5 or $10 by the end of this month, to be honest with you. I don't think it's going to last that much longer at these prices. You know, they're both very scalable coins. And within an instant, you could see them really make some moves. You know what I'm saying? And so I try to just be as patient as I could be. I'm trying to think of anything else. You know, shout out to all the people in Jersey. You know, all those probes are coming at you guys. I can't really, you know, I think that's it. You know, I like, you know, if you're not on OddApp, make sure you're on OddApp. If you want to stay updated. But I've been telling everybody on OddApp, like, I'm only going to focus on these picks. I'm going to be high concentration because like we have a lot of new people coming in. You know, we have a lot of new people coming into the market, and a lot of those new people need to know where to go. You know, so the last thing I need to do with swarms and swarms of people coming in is direct them all over the place. Okay. Now is the time for high concentrations and to take 100 million market cap coins to billions in market cap. You know, so that's the area we're in, you know. I mean, that's pretty much it I can share with you guys. Don't forget, every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll have a voice conference. And, you know, I was very upset with Jesus Coin. So basically Twitter suspended Jesus Coin. And I thought that was the stupidest thing, because I was like, you know, Twitter has like fucking porn and all sorts of fucking gross shit all over the place on that stupid ass app. Like, it's like, Twitter is like vomit. Twitter is fucking disgusting. It is. And whatever, you know, for the sake of entertainment, you know, like, sometimes access to fucking trash is not good for you. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't like the trash, it's just not good for you because you're going to see it at some point. But again, you know, you see all this trash on Twitter, but of all things that they want to suspend, they suspend the Jesus Coin Twitter page. Like, they don't do anything. Like, I didn't see them do anything that could provoke a suspension. So, like, to me, I think it's like, you know, malice. You know, I don't know if it's coming from Twitter or if it's coming from, you know, people that are just like, you know, antichrist. I don't know. But I did think that was crazy, you know. Pantera. Yeah, that's what it was. Pantera is a major backer of SD, and the CEO, I forget his first name, but Mr. Moorhead. He was talking about liquid DeFi and also the Bitcoin Reserve. He was on MSNBC, I'm guessing today. So there are a lot of bullish things that are happening, like, that are unfolding right now. So, you know, try to be patient. Like, I understand. Just try to be patient. You know, like, I know everybody wants to see like a 90-degree vertical, but the bull cycle doesn't like, if you guys take a look at some of like the expectations people have, they'll sit there and say like, oh, well, you know, the bull market only lasts as a year. No, it doesn't. Bull markets last for years. Years. You know, a bear market, if you go far back in time as you want, they last 1.5 years, maybe 2 years max, you know, but most of the time, if you take a look in history, it's like 1.5 year bear markets. And then the bull markets are full business cycles, and business cycles could be anywhere between fucking 5 to 8 years. Okay. Like, the bull market in its entirety really started in 2020, and it's going to go all the way until 2028. Okay. Will there be fractures in between then? Yeah, absolutely. But things are ultimately going to become more and more expensive. And the whole point of us being here is like, yeah, you're going to change your life with what you could do out there. But at the end of the day, it's about creating a life portfolio. You know, do you want to give a fuck about cycles all your life? No. You know, I mean, for me, for people like me, I don't, you know, that are in my position, you know, or whatever, you know, maybe this is their career here, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, for those of you guys that are just investors, like, of course, you don't want to worry about bull cycles at some point. You want to just be large enough where it doesn't even matter anymore. You know what I mean? Like the only reason why Justin's son is like multi-billionaire is because he has everything he needs and he doesn't even need to touch anything that he owns. Whenever like if he needs to touch something, he'll touch it. And then who knows how long it's going to be for him to get something else, you know? So, you know, I do think that a lot of people are short-sighted and are not paying attention to what the real cycles could be. I think that it's not like I think our cycle will last till 2026 between March and June. You know, I don't think it's going to end in 2025. There's just way too many bullish things happening. Even if we get a fracture in between now and then, you're still going to be looking at a lot of upside, because at the end of the day, like, again, just take a look at the government for what it is right now. It's drowning in $36 trillion worth of debt. The only way they're going to be able to get out of it is currency manipulation. That's what they're doing. And they're going to let CPI run hot and pretend like that's not what they want, but it's what they want. They want inflation. It's the only way to pay off this type of debt. So, you know, they're going to debase the dollar, leverage inflation on these assets, risk on assets in order to pay off massive amounts of the debt deficit. And Trump kind of basically told you that, because that's the whole point. That's the whole point of them having like these Bitcoin reserves, because it's an asset that will, you know, grow with inflation or whatever, because the currencies are buying less or whatever. You know, so he's already telling you like, hey, we're buying, like clearly they're not buying it just to buy it, to hold it. You know, they're buying it because they want to sell it one day, and they want to sell it for a lot more money than what they paid for it. The dollar is at 106 right now. Okay, think about this. Think about currency manipulation, okay? There is no reason why the dollar should be that expensive. It's like 106, okay? There's no reason. Like literally, it doesn't even make sense. Like if you guys have listened to any of the economic forecasters out there, they know it's a clown show. They know it's all rigged. Like they're just like looking at it like none of this shit makes sense. Like the dollar's up, gold is up. How? Like these two assets by themselves are supposed to be a tater totter. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if the dollar's going down, gold goes up. But if the dollar's going up and gold's going up too, like there's something wrong. It's weird. So, you know, clearly a lot of things are not making sense. And it's about, and the reason why is because it's manipulation. Okay. And that's just what it is. It's manipulation. They're inflating the dollar value so they could buy assets for a lot cheaper than what they would have paid for it if they let the dollar crash to 95 cents. So they're probably using all this buying power they can for now while CPI gets hot, because by the time CPI gets too hot, you know, at least they'll have that valuation increase. I don't know if you guys have ever, if you've been here with me for a while, for the last years. MYC has been together for like over 5 years now. But if any of my OGs are there, or like if you were here for the last couple years, maybe you ran into the conversation I had about the BIS, which is kind of like the bank's bank. It's like you have your BIS and then you got the central banks, and you know what I mean? Like it's at the very top. And they were talking about Basel III and how they were going to try to regulate or shift around what a bank needs and reserves in order to put out loans, you know, because right now, you know, it's crazy. You know, they probably they have a liquidity pool backing the dollar with like less than 1% of total valuation. If you really think about it, like, it's like when I saw Trump talk about, you know, it's like, we're going to dismantle banking regulation now, and then we're going to dismantle the FDIC. Well, no shit you are. It's fucking going bankrupt. like not even a year ago it was 300 billion. Okay. 300 billion reserve to protect depositors. Okay. Well, now it's 100 billion. Okay. Yeah. We're going to abolish it now. Well, no shit. You're going to abolish. You got no money. So, you know, you think about it, there's $36 trillion worth of debt, and there's only $100 billion worth of a backstop insurance policy to save you as a depositor from a bank bail-in. Think about what's happening right now. It's how fucked up it is. If only you knew how fucked up shit was. Nobody, nobody understands the state that we're in right now. It is fucking dangerous shit. So that's why it's crazy when people don't really understand, like, oh, I can't wait to make all this money. Like, yeah, you're gonna make all this money, right? Cool. But do you really want to put that type of money in the bank right now? It's there's gonna be a paradigm shift eventually where it's going to be a better decision. Like, well, it's already a better decision, but like it's gonna be a consensus to not hold money with the banks. They're already talking about consolidating the banks, and we'll see what happens. I still feel like there's going to be a bank bail-in at some point. We'll see. I just don't see why. I mean, well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I guess I just don't think that, like, when the 2008 financial crisis happened, like they put out a bill, um, basically saying they're never going to bail out a bank again. They're not going to bail out anybody. And I mean, they ended up bailing out Silicon Valley, but again, they did this so they don't have to legally. They put a bill out there to have an excuse, and it does seem like that's already what's happening sometimes. Like, it's because there's illiquidity, and because there's illiquidity, you have these time periods when the bank says, oh, the applications are down for maintenance, or, oh, this is, your direct deposit didn't hit your account because there's something going on. There's a glitch, there's some cyber attack happening. Like, they need the time to fill their pools. So like, we're getting into this place where it's like, people are starting to understand how dangerous it is to keep your money in the banks. And I think more and more people are going to find that out as we go into the future. CPI is only going to get hotter and hotter. You got Coinbase, already giving you a better rate than the banks do. If you hold money in USDC on Coinbase, you're getting a very good APY percentage. I think the last time I checked was like 5% or something like that. I forget. But again, like your bank, what do they pay you? What does your bank pay you? Fucking 0.000069. That's it. So the competition is already going into the crypto field. So it's going to be a smarter financial decision to hold money in the crypto markets as opposed to your banks. Not saying there's nothing wrong with holding money in the bank. I'm just saying, like, it's going to get to this point where, I rather hold, personally, I rather hold millions in my own custody than hold millions in a bank. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have been hearing about like some of these banks that like cut people off simply because they got crypto attached. So it's actually very hard. Like, even when people were trying to withdraw, like you try to withdraw a few $1,000,000 or something like that, you're gonna have to fucking go through like 3-4 banks in order to get that done. You can't just do it all in one bank, because maybe you might trip a wire there, and then they're gonna say, oh, well, you're gonna have to wait now. And then you're like, okay, well, I wanted to pull out all this other money. Where am I going to pull it out at? You're going to need different off ramps. So you're going to need multiple banks, and probably because they can't handle the withdrawal, But I just think that, again, we're in bullish territory. If CPI is going up, that means that the dollar is going to start dwindling. If CPI is going up, the bond market's going to flush out, because investors are going to know that their principal is under attack by inflation, and the yield is not going to supersede the inflation rate by the time CPI gets hot within the next 2-3 months. So, and keep in mind, with tax season coming up, money velocity is going to go up even hotter. Christmas, holidays, all of these things are going to increase money velocity, which is therefore going to increase the CPI report or your inflation rate. So, as we go into the future in 2025, inflation is going to be with us. And because it's going to be with us, it's going to be smarter for you to hold value in risk on assets that are going to grow in value as the dollar debases. Okay. Yeah, if you were late to AB, I mean, I don't necessarily think you're late to ABT, because there's still a lot of room that it could grow. I've always felt like it's like a $80 to $150 sort of coin, but The only thing that it's a hard sell is like you have to really educate people on why it's so great. You have to really do a deep dive on it. You have to do the research, and then people will understand. For me, it's easy. Like I could explain it. You know what I mean? But like the thing is, all the data that I know, you're not going to find it on the website. And you got to think about the casual person. We're in a bull market, so you're going to get a lot of new people coming in. You're going to get a lot of people that are not experienced coming in. They don't have that deep dive research talent. Okay, so for me, focusing on DIA and SD is the smartest thing to do for high concentration, billions and billions on market cap, because they're simple to understand. There's partners. There's a very descriptive website there. It's accessible. It's an easier way for people to get where I'm coming from as to why I'm bullish on those picks. And what's crazy is like I'm surprised how many people don't understand how undervalued Stater is, to be honest with you. Like, it's crazy. Like, you have 800 million TVL, almost $1 billion, and it's under 100 million market cap. It is wildly undervalued. It's not going to be a double-digit coin. It's going to be a triple, 4-digit coin in the future. And it's going to, like, for those of you, any dinosaurs out there, if you guys were here for YFI2, if you were here for Aave, Aave is a big partner of SD, by the way, but like, if you were here for Aave, you were here for, I'm trying to think of anything else that's like crazy like that. Maybe the ticker is YFI, or I'm not sure. I don't know if Yearn Finance is YFI. I think that's the ticker. I'm not sure. Haven't looked at it in forever. So, but again, you're getting an opportunity to buy Aave for $1. Think about that. Like, Aave is like 300 something bucks right now. You have a bigger asset than Aave right here in front of you, SD. Multi-chain functional. It'll cater to every blockchain versus just Aave with ETH. Aave went to 8 billion in market cap. I think that SD is going to fucking go a lot higher. I'm thinking 15, 20 billion market cap or plus. So you're talking about multiples higher in market cap than Aave ever had the chance to, because they just didn't have the interoperability. So to be able to buy something greater than Aave at $1, I mean, the value is there. So I wouldn't let the price fool you. That's why I keep telling people, like, a lot of people, what's sad about a lot of plebs and people that just, they're not educated enough. They're always going to be looking at the coin for the entry price. They're going to look at the price. They say, oh, it's a penny, it's 10 pennies, or it's decimals. So, let me buy this. And the multipliers are still not the same as what you could get on a more expensive coin with smaller tokenomics. It's just a bigger dollar figure. It's just, that's it. You're buying it for $1, you're buying it for $2, $5. I mean, look at Solana. Solana, people were buying at one point for $8. They were buying it for $50, $80, and that's what's going to end up happening, except at a way faster rate, because Solana has a 500 million coin supply. Okay, we're an Stater SD that has a 50 million token circulation. You guys get that part, right? Not only that, you take a look at DIA, that's a 200 million coin supply. Crazy. So you're going to get crazy scalability out of these coins, but you have to have your bigger numbers in front of you. A lot of you guys have never been in a coin where you're holding it and you see it scale $30, $50, $80. A lot of people have not experienced that. They experience the growth, when they're playing with decimal coins and 1 penny coin, 10 penny coins, like they could see it easily. But when they're looking at a higher dollar figure to get in, like it warps them, but what you should be looking at is the market cap. And that's ultimately going to tell you if you're getting into an emerging market, which both of these are very emerging markets, but they're mega bangers. Like, it's only a matter of time until people figure out how fucking banging SD and DIA is, But all right, guys, look, I will catch you on the next one. Don't forget to join OddApp. It's available on Apple and Google stores. Just wanted to do a quick live stream with you guys and just kind of give you an update and what I'm going to do. Definitely keep accumulating, and the opportunity is there. So I will catch you guys on the next one.